Hi, this is Nanette Hosenfeld with the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Wednesday, June 1st, 2016. Looking at fire potential impacts over the next week, we are expecting a warming and drying trend to take place. That will continue through the end of the week. Fuels are still moist in most areas, but with the warmer, drier weather, we will see those grasses start to dry rapidly. Over the past 24 hours, there was really not much in way of precipitation across the Great Basin, and there was no lightning. Looking at the past 7 days, which is the map on the left, you can see there's been a fair amount of precipitation over the central and northern part of the Great Basin, but really not much over the southern part of the Great Basin. If we compare that to the past 30 days, you can see that the past 30 days have been a much wetter period than the past 7 days. And over the past 30 days, much of the Great Basin has seen precipitation, although across the southern part of the Great Basin, that precipitation has not been too significant. As far as current fuel conditions, ERCs are generally on the rise. The arrows in the middle of the circles are pointing upwards, which means that these ERCs are trending upwards. And there are even a few ERCs that have moved into that 50th to 70th percentile. Up here in central Idaho, there are some stations that are in the yellow, as well as down along the Arizona Strip that are in that 50th to 70th percentile. And with the warming and drying weather, we will see ERCs continue to increase. Live fuel moistures are generally at or just above normal as far as sagebrush. However, in the areas that have reported pinyon does tend to be below normal. You can see the graph here on the bottom. The pinyon sample that came in yesterday, or I guess today, is below normal. The water vapor satellite shows a high pressure system over the western part of the United States, and that will continue to move its way eastward. And as that moves into the Great Basin, temperatures will rise and conditions will dry. Significant fire potential is low for most of the Great Basin this afternoon, although across the extreme southern part of the Great Basin, fuels have dried. If we look at the relative humidity and wind gust forecast for this afternoon, the relative humidity forecast is on the left, and you can see across Nevada conditions are quite dry. We are expecting some single-digit relative humidity values this afternoon. And as far as wind gusts, we will see some gusty winds across portions of western Nevada. Winds will be in the 20 to 30 mile an hour range this afternoon. And some gusts are also possible across the central Utah mountains. On Thursday, that high pressure will continue to make its way eastward into the Great Basin, and that will bring some additional drying. There are more portions of the southern part of the Great Basin that are expected to move into that dry category on Thursday. And you can see again from the image on the left that relative humidities will dip down into that single-digit range on Thursday across much of Nevada, and even moving into Utah by Thursday. Wind gusts will not be quite as strong on Thursday, but there will still be some gusty winds across portions of western Nevada and parts of Utah and Idaho. As far as 3-day precipitation accumulation, with this high pressure moving into place, we will see hotter and drier weather, and no precipitation is expected across the Great Basin over the next 3 days. As we move into Friday, that high pressure continues to build and strengthen, and we will see continued drying of the fuels, especially across the southern part of the Great Basin where things will be the hottest. Again, looking at the relative humidity map on the left, you can see quite a large area of single-digit relative humidities across Nevada, portions of Utah, and as we move into Idaho, you can see down below 20% across much of southern Idaho as far as relative humidity on Friday. Winds will be quite light on Friday. On Saturday, that high pressure continues to build across the Great Basin, bringing a continued period of hot and dry weather, and we will see increased drying for the fuels moving into Saturday. And then on Sunday, we will see a low-pressure system begin to make its way into the Great Basin. However, we will remain hot and dry across much of the Great Basin into Sunday, and you can see that across the southern part of the Great Basin, some of the fuels have moved into the very dry category by Sunday. On Monday, we will see an increase in moisture, which could bring some showers and thunderstorms to the northern and central part of the Great Basin. And on Tuesday, that moisture will shift eastward, and we could see another day of those scattered showers and thunderstorms on Tuesday. The next 7 days will really be quite dry across the Great Basin. There is a potential for some showers and thunderstorms Sunday through Tuesday, But if we look at the 7-day totals, you can see that those amounts are not expected to be significant at this time. Finally, if you look at the Climate Prediction Center's 8 to 14-day outlook, temperatures will be above average across the entire Great Basin, with below normal precipitation across portions of Utah. And that's it. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us. Our information is on the screen, and you can also find us on Twitter. Thanks.